welcome back to an amazing episode of Short Film Saturday. Amazing. I'm your host, Jonathan Moody. I'm here with...
Presenza, otherwise known as the Moo Cow.
And
Moo.
Special guest...
Joe Turek, and I first time.
Nope, second time.
Second time.
You remember we did one for Short Film Saturday where we were at... It was the season finale for season 2. And it was when we did... we were at Scares That Care.
He's the lore keeper.
Gotcha.
And we did like 4 short films that we reviewed.
Gotcha. I'm thinking of times like in the studio or
no,
something like that. So yeah,
this is the first time in the studio doing it. Yes,
yeah.
But it's not the first time there. So.
And I love my short films, so this is good.
Yeah, this is good.
Scary.
I am gonna fix this real quick.
Scary.
I want to make sure you get more. You get viewed more. You know, on your head chopped off. Half off. All right. Anyway, speaking of which, we're going to be talking about Monster Problems. It's a short film done by Adam Green, and a bunch of it's part of his Halloween thing he did. This is one of my favorites of his. It's basically a bunch of boogeymen, different style boogeymen, ghost. Just a regular monster and a under the bed monster. You know.
One from the closet.
The closet monster and bed monster.
Yep.
And a ghost.
So all trying to scare this little boy and then eat him. Problem is, he went under the covers.
Yep. And you're safe under the covers.
Yeah, and he jumped to get to his bed, and the under the bed ghost couldn't grab him in time.
And he had a nightlight.
So all the different things that, anytime lights pop up.
Child logic is interesting.
Paul did point out something. It was a little light itself, for that. But they did that, obviously, so we could see everybody, which you usually complain, when you can't see anything. So the fact that you could see stuff or whatever, especially for, the internet.
A little darker would have been better. But it's all right.
I think that would have added to the mystery, too. It's like the tenseness if they would have been a little bit darker. But it was. But I don't know if the tenseness was the way they were going. I think it was more of the comedy, too.
It was more like a Saturday Night Live type skit anyway. So it wasn't meant to be anything... it's just a silly thing. And they wanted you to see everybody and be able to, And I'm glad we were able to see something because you pointed out afterwards that Derek Mears is the closet monster. And... but you didn't notice him when you were watching it.
Yeah,
right?
I was just wondering who it was, and I'm sure you got a little bit of background on the timing of this in conjunction with all his other works and stuff.
I kind of wish the kid was a little bit more of a smart aleck too. It could have been fun. You guys suck.
Yeah.
Well, he did have some good eye rolls and some good like shake offs. Like this is nonsense. Like what type of?
Because clearly these guys were not professionals. They
were not professional monsters.
No, they're like second gig monsters.
I did love all the toys and stuff like that. Like when it first showed the room, it showed the Galaga, the little arcade thing, and then the Star Wars stuff.
Chewbacca.
And the Transformers. They showed the AT-AT, and they had the Stormtrooper sitting in there. I was just like, oh, this is childhood. This is great.
I feel like that was Adam Green's room.
Besides, I don't know about you guys, but I never went to bed without something with me as a help protector, either a stuffy or like a little toy gun or something, just in case. Something was there.
You know that little water blaster would protect yourself safely.
Or like a dart gun, and then you could shoot it at the monster.
shoot out the little Nerf thing.
Child logic is fun. I mean,
I get it. There's a lot of these. I hate to say it, because a lot of these things are sort of rushed because Adam Green's usually really busy throughout the year, and then he makes these things at the end. He's done, I think he's done it since 2000 or something. He just keeps doing these different short films and stuff, and a lot of them's been released online. This is one of my favorites, but there's been a few that I really, really like. I've showed you one of them before, which is the Tiffany Problem.
I like that one.
Yeah, you like that one. And, this one is cute.
It's cute.
It's got moments where it's enjoyable.
Good makeup. The stuff.
Yeah, good makeup.
The stuff on the monsters. I really liked what they did with that.
Yeah, and that's the thing with Adam Green. He just calls his friends and says, "Hey, can you put makeup on these people and do that?" And that's just awesome.
It's kind of fun. I don't know about you guys. I had two specific monsters when I was growing up. So I had the vampire in my closet, and for whatever stupid child logic I had, as long as the vampire couldn't see my neck, I was okay. So I had to have the covers all the way up, hiding my neck. But God forbid it was shown, then all of a sudden I was exposed.
Sounds reasonable.
And then, because I was on the second floor when I got a little bit older, I had this idea that there was a giant who lived in the neighborhood, and he would peer in my window. And if he saw me looking at him, he would eat me. So I had to not look at the window. It was weird.
I think it's kind of funny because I think growing up, I had that movie Little Monsters, where it was about Fred Savage and stuff, and it was Fred Savage and Howie Mandel was the I think it was Howie Mandel, right?
I think so.
And it was the monster that came into, and then they became friends, and it was kind of like Drop Dead Fred, but like Drop Dead Fred if he was annoying but not as annoying. Because
Love Drop Dead Fred.
Yeah, but he's not as annoying as Fred is, but he was still a little bit like he did gross things and whatnot, and then you got to see the world of that stuff, and because I had that, I think I never got scared of monsters and the thing because I just kept thinking how silly the world if a monster came to attack me, I'd be like, can I go into the closet and like visit your crazy world like that would be fun for me.
That would be awesome. Has anybody done a movie like that? The little kid follows the monster into the closet?
That's Little Monsters.
Oh, okay.
You need to see that movie. It's really good. I'll do it for Film Freaks. It's fun. It's got what's the dude? Daniel Stern's in it, I think, which is so funny because in a way that's Fred Savage played Kevin Arnold in Wonder Years, and the voice of him as an adult was Daniel Stern, so them both being in a movie together is just
about the same time too.
Yeah. So about the same time as that show. So
I've seen stuff where they've gone. Yeah, there's been other stuff too. They go into the closet and it goes into another
Monsters
world.
Inc. does that too. So you follow. The little girl follows them in there, and stuff. So but that becomes a problem because it's breached. Then humans can't go in there, and it becomes a problem. So they have to find the little girl.
It'd be an interesting phobia one too. I mean, somebody's locked away in an asylum because they keep thinking of something, and then they can't cure them, but then they end up curing themselves because they go into the thing and they end up killing the monster.
I laugh because you guys pointed out that the key in the closet did not fit, but obviously it's supposed to work. You hear the click, whatever. They just made it. They probably did not have a key for that closet.
The longer
it was painted over. So
yeah. So, but they needed to lock that closet because they end up locking the monsters in, which is funny. Of like, sure, why not do that every night? Oh, now the closet monster can't get you.
See, for me, that it wouldn't have mattered.
But
they're supernatural, so they can get past stuff.
But didn't they leave out to the hallway and then
especially a
ghost?
Yeah, can the ghost just go through?
Yeah.
Didn't the ghost actually come through the wall?
Oh, no. But then again, you get into the logic of stuff. I mean, as a 10, 12-year-old, for me, I would always be afraid to look over the edge of the bed from the top, so I wouldn't do that. And I thought that the monster somehow had a way of controlling all my toys. So seeing those Star Wars things and stuff like that, for me, it would have been like the AT-AT would have started walking towards me or something like that, and the characters would have been swinging around at me and stuff like small soldiers, or there's all sorts of stuff that.
No, I was thinking of Close Encounters.
Yeah, I think the toys would come. Maybe I saw that as a kid, and that just sort of embedded into me or something. But I would think that all my toys, my Star Wars figures, would come alive, and Transformers would do different things, and Spider-Man would come swinging in or something. So that was my sense of what I dealt with.
So
no vampires for me.
Colton Dunn was great. He was the under the bed monster, and him trying to scare the little kid with scary. And then he just kept saying that because that was supposed to be his scary sounds and everything. That guy's been around for a lot of the Hatchet stuff and things like that. Like he was in Hatchet 2 and whatnot. I love that dude. He's so funny. I think if I'm correct, he's a comedian. So Like this is just him doing a comedy thing is just natural for him. Also, we got to see Arlen, the little dog from
Little Yorkie.
Yeah, so that was really cool. It's Adam Green's dog Arwen, and I really love watching these things because even though this is not anywhere near Halloween, I still feel like anybody could watch this at any time. They talk about Halloween because he ate too much Halloween candy, but it doesn't need to be like. That's the beauty of some of these. They don't need to be Halloween, to be in a horror film in in this or whatever, like a Halloween short.
When was this made?
This was made in.
I'm just thinking in conjunction with the Hatchets and all the
it's like
other
2000.
works. Like
I don't know, sometime in the mid 2000 tens,
okay, so it's at least 10, 15 years ago.
Yeah, it's probably that
or more.
Say.
Well, in any case,
it was that new.
So it's after he's already had some established work.
And he's worked with Derek Mears, and he's worked with Colton. I think he's worked with all these guys. Kelly Vrooman, I'm not sure who she is, but she did a great job as the ghost. She was very sarcastic and nasty too.
She held her own in her scene, with her dialogue and all.
Yeah.
So
it was mainly dialogue, for that. So it was fun.
But it's a nice little take of hearing a dispute amongst the monsters. Basically, it's a fun little thing to think about.
I enjoyed it.
But I like how they kept going under there, showing the kid that like what the heck? He's like scared, but he's like, what? They're idiots.
Yeah, pretty much. And like you said, I wish that they'd show more of the kid being more instead of just hiding. But he did turn on the light, which
that's
was
bravery.
They were like,
and as a 10, 12-year-old kid to do something like that, that's a brave move.
Yeah, because you're exposing your arm out.
I'm thinking more like 8.
Okay.
Yeah. He was probably getting to that age where he's starting to not need to believe in monsters or whatever,
What are you talking about? I still believe in monsters.
You believe in monsters in your closet?
No, there's no room in my closet for a monster. the stuff in my...
Oh, neither mine, for sure. But, yeah. So, anyway, this was Monster Problems, which is available on YouTube. You can check it out. Definitely check it out if you haven't seen it. I mean, I kind of spoiled it, but, whatever. We do that all the time for the show, so it's nothing new. But hopefully you guys have already seen it, and this is you just checking this review out. So until then, everybody, hope you guys had a fun time with it, and we'll be back in a couple weeks with Paul's episode.
Bye.
Bye.
Looking at the camera. Breaking the fourth wall.
Breaking the fourth wall.